Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Flying with Mike tonight. Hey, I hope y'all are ready for a great flight. It's not a very long one, but I think you will enjoy it. Well, at least those of you that like Airbus aircraft. If you don't, well, okay, sorry. I kind of lean to those aircraft. One, because they're just so doggone easy to fly, and two, I just like them. I hate to say it, but I just like them. I think there's more to the eye than people give Airbus, and I kind of like what I'm seeing there. So as we come online, we've done a couple little itty bitty things a little different this go around. So I hope you like it. We're sitting on the line here. I'm trying to find where all my screens are. There they are. Getting ready to go. There, we're all finally the way I want it. I hate these hurry up sessions because I always know I'm gonna forget something. Well, may 60 years old be good, better to you than it. Well, it's been pretty good to me too, so hopefully it's just as good. At least your memory may be better. By the way, how old did I say I was? I forgot. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, we are in. May you not have the sinuses I have. Man. And by the way, it is topsy-turvy here. We had two really chilly days, and now we start the upswing to the 70s by the weekend. Hey, welcome to the Midwest. If you don't like the weather today, just wait. It will be what you like the next day. I mean to tell you. But anyway, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where FS Expo will be next year. I am still hoping to make it, and I'm keeping it at hoping. We'll see how life, what life throws at us. And for this flight, Northwest 154, we are headed to O'Hare. Not an airport I like to frequent much, but going into it is usually not as bad as trying to get out of it on VATSIM, unless things have changed since the last few weeks ago. But anyway, we'll find out, won't we? So climb aboard as I am, and welcome to Flying with Mike, Minneapolis to Chicago's O'Hare Airport. By the way, ToLiss A320 CFM, I believe they look like it. Yeah, CFM engines, which means the new ToLiss add-on. All right, welcome aboard. Let's get up here and see what kind of damage we can do. All right, obviously we don't have an ETA yet because, well, we haven't gotten started yet. The kind of, goes hand in hand. All right, let's bring Sim Toolkit in here and get an idea. What the heck are we doing? And then going, what the heck are we doing going to O'Hare of all places? Nah, I shouldn't really, because in a week or two, we're going to be hitting Midway. And folks, that's a fun little airport to get into. Shorter runways, infamous runways. And well, we're going to give it a try and hope for the best with the weather. Or make it the best weather we can. We'll see. Also, if you haven't figured it out, yes, it is. The time has been altered. I think I sent it back about 5-ish hours. The cool thing with X-Plane, and I can't say if it's good or bad with the other, when we roll the clock back, in this case 5 hours, we have the option to roll the weather back 5 hours. Now, there's something we never had in FSX or a Century of Flight when I flew it, even with Active Sky. We could not make the weather earlier. We had to, so which There's a good and a bad side to that. Okay. The good side is now you're flying even more realistic because you're flying the weather at that time. Downside, and we made mention of this Sunday because we did it there as well. You know, and folks, we in the Midwest know this quite well. And it's not a Midwest thing, it's worldwide. But we of the Midwest know this directly because that's probably who I'm talking to, because probably many people in Europe are snoozing, as they should be at this hour. If not, hey, welcome aboard. But fronts can come through areas in 5 hour, you know, in that time difference. So while this is only an hour flight, a front could come through, switch those winds at O'Hare to where we're, instead of landing west or from the west, we're going to land from, no, I'm sorry, from the east to the west. We're going to land from the west to the east. And you got to deal with winds that, or that could be really rough. So there, like I said, there's a blessing and a curse. So take it how you want. All right, so there we are way up top there in Minneapolis. Let's take a look at what dispatch says we're going to haul out of here. 142 folks. You know, anything with pounds on it, kind of take with a grain of salt. We'll see how this loads out here momentarily. But we're in the ballpark of 31,900 pounds of payload. Block fuel, that'll probably be around 12,005 something, maybe 600. We'll see. Probably 600, come to think of it. So, but we will have 142 people. We will fly at a cost index 30, and I hope we can get up to 31,000 feet. This flight, according to SimBrief, okay, yeah, we should. 374 miles. So yeah, that's definitely a doable number, 31,000. And no step climbs, as I would have hoped in that short of a flight. It really is kind of a short flight. So whether or not we go or not, no, we're going. Winds out of the west here in Minneapolis at 260 at 710 miles of visibility. Concur with what I've seen outside the plane, and some scattered clouds at 4,500 feet. At least they don't have a broken sky, and airfield management is out there fixing it. It's 9 degrees here, 48 degree. Okay, this is real world. Okay, not 5 hours ago. So you see what I'm saying, how this can change, especially when we get winter operations going. Ooh. So we may not do this very much, but it is just kind of cool, because for all we know, 5 hours ago they had severe weather here. So we don't know that. So we could have some interest. You know, it makes things a little more interesting and a little more daunting with VATSIM or any online ATC. Down in O'Hare, the windy city is windy. Winds 220 at 10, gusting to 18. 10-mile visibility up. Airfield management's got their job cut out for them today. Broken at 18,000. Broken at 25,000. They got a lot of work to do in O'Hare. No, no, they really do, because they got walloped with some snow. I believe, I can't remember, I'm looking here through the ATIS, and oddly enough, no mention of runway friction conditions. I am going to take it then, we're 555, 666, which means dry, but who knows? Who really knows? They're not sure. Well, I know one other way to find them, besides checking NOTAMs, if Hawker is out there. Oh, we love Hawker when he's here. He's always great. But by the way, you ought to check him out if you ever get a chance. Most of the times you'll see him doing music and stuff like that, but actually he does have a project that he's been working on for a couple of years, converting the fuselage of a Hawker 125 aircraft into a flight sim. I don't know where he stands on it, if he just said, you know what, blah, threw his hands up in the air and said, I'm done with this. No, I really don't know. Been keeping to himself, which is fine. I get it. You know, we all have that, you know, season in our life. So, but anyway, according to O'Hare, winds are 220 at 10, gusts to 18. And we are expecting vectors to 27 centers approach, or I'm trying to see runway 26. Can we get off the, oh, there we go. Visual approach to 28 center. I'm like, could we get off the 27s? I don't think I want to land on them today. Oh, but anyway, I hope you got a chance to read it. All right, so there you have it, folks. That is what the game plan looks like today. One more look outside and you can go, oh, that's a pretty overcast sky there. There we go. So yeah, as you can tell, we'll get down in the hole here again. Yeah, you know, the sky, it kind of sort of, I haven't 100% put my finger on it that it's accurate. Sunday's flight was expected, very low visibilities, and we broke out at 1200. So with very low ceiling visibility, I think it did roll it back. I don't know what was going on in Romania, but I think it did actually, you know, reflect what it said it did. Here, we'll find out. Oh, excuse me. So let's get to work. First thing I am going to do is get this plane loaded. All right, now you've got the option here with the ISCS if you select it to be on your EFB, which why not? Or just pull down the ISCS from here. Okay. And you got a lot of options here that are in that ISCS. So you told us, your PMDG guys out there, you kind of know how they use the FMS and the radios there too. So yeah, you know, little similarities there. But oh, by the way, this is an Airbus. PMDG is primarily Boeing. Boing. All right, fuel. We said something on the line of 12,500 pounds. Yep, we're going to have to go at least 600. I'm going to go throw, yeah, we'll put 600. Let's go. Well, we better do 8 just to be safe. Okay, it's being a pain. Okay, we're requesting fuel. We'll take a look at that in a minute. We'll go to the next page. For now, just click load. We'll come back if we need to. Okay, we got our doors open. I'm going to go ahead and release the caterers. Release the caterers. And 142. Load. You know, make sure you click that. You know, for the last few flights, I have been remiss in doing that. And you come over here, you click set to current, and you go, why are things so way off and out of balance? Oh yeah, I didn't put the people in. The people leaders. 126. You know what? We're about 700 pounds off. So we'll head back here real quick. Click, click, and click. 700. Let's go to 400, 600. We'll save that. We'll go ahead and close it. Come, whoop, whoop, whoop. We're not going that route today. No. There we go. and we'll set the current 127.1, and we want 230. Hey, we'll go with it. Hey, that's not bad. Usually we've been off here lately. Awesome. All right, so we are fueling. We are getting ready to start the board as we prepare to go to Chicago. Chicago. You all know the songs. Come on, you can sing it. All right, we're looking right now at, well, let's see, 2972. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I'm going to try something here. Let's see if X-plane map will show something different. Oh, it does. 2964. Only problem is it doesn't give what time. But notice, it's 300 at 11, which I think is pretty close to what we got. Let me just pull it up here. 260 at 7. So, I mean, that's not bad. But believe me, there could be days where that is really not the appropriate. And out with you. So 2964. Now, this would be the problem. You could have different altitudes displaying because you're not on their numbers. Just so you know, and be ready for that. There's some really good controllers out there that when you take off and they say altitude passing and you give it to them, they verify it. And if they're different, they ask. Not many will, but there are a couple really good ones out there that do it. I love when they do that. All right, let's get to work here. We're still, oh, wait a minute. I think we're done refueling. Let's find out. We could see the refuel truck. We do not. Let's see what the tower shows. There is no fuel truck, so we are done. Let's kick over the APU. I've got a couple of checks to do here. Hang on. I just got a little ahead of myself. All right, spoilers are down. Flaps are up. We drive on parkways and park in driveways. Oh, we got a squawk code. Hang on. 6712. I was very, very remiss on yesterday's flight and did not put that in. I got it this time. Got it. All right. Let's see here. And parking brake set and doors unlocked. Okay. Now let's move up to the east side. Do a quick light bulb check. They look good there. There. The big one through the window's really doing good too. All right, we'll turn that off. And let's go through it. We'll turn ground control on. Test, test. Strobes to autos. No smoking. Captain purse switch on. CVR check. Engine 1 fire check. APU fire check. And engine 2 fire check. And cargo hold smoke alarm check. All right, we are good to start up. Fuel pumps all off. And we are going for APU startup. Waiting for flap open, and then we'll do such. All right, plane is actually in the process of boarding in a moment. Once the APU is on, we get the temperatures starting to rise, then we'll be good. We'll be good. Start. All right, so we already did the speed breakdown, flap lever up, and they match. Probe heat is on auto. All right, now I will first off want to admit I found something interesting on the Croatian Air aircraft we flew Sunday. I think you all, if you haven't, it's up on YouTube, check it out. But you'll notice all of the lights on the overhead were showing. This is a proper Airbus overhead and panels all together. They're dark. If you see the word off, you push on it and turn it on. That's why you don't see the battery switches looking like anything. That's because they're off. Matter of fact, yes, I know I'm supposed to do a gen check, but I'm just going to do that. Okay. Bleed air on. And we're just about ready to go here. Let's go ahead. Air conditioning panel, all white lights are off. Yes. Help me out here, checklist. Cross bleed, auto, sorry. Pack flow, we're 140. Let's go high flow. External power. Now, I really do recommend you click it off here on the panel first, then come down here, click it here or here or down here. But when you click it here, there is always the chance you lose anything that you put in already. Well, we haven't put anything in, so there's nothing to lose. Also realize you'll need to click call before you're ready to push back if you have ATC. Trust me, I learned. All right, let's continue on. Get nav 1 or IR 1 going. IR3 going. On bat's what we're looking for, that it comes on, goes off, lets us know if the big engines go out. The APU generator goes out, we can still figure out where the heck we are. I always like just stick your finger out and see where you're at. I know 400 knots, that could be a little, you know, chilly, but you know, hey, what the heck? Live once. All right, so the nav system is in alignment. Hang on, I'm just setting these guys up. All right, so what I'm going to do is move this to plan, this down to 40. That looks good. I am going to bring up charts, if you don't mind. Import the flight from SimBrief. How about that? Uh-oh, Chicago, is that center? I think center is up now. Cool. Well, no, wait. I'm not on the ATC. Sorry, folks. There it is up, but I wasn't seeing that early. All right. Yeah, there's a reason why. Look at all those airplanes. And it does not appear we have anything in our territory. Okay, real quick, we all know we're going to be flying to Rochester 1 departure, basically to the Flight 7 departure, using the same transition. Rochester, or Zipper, sorry. Or maybe, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Here in Minneapolis, codes are 555 at 14 on runway 30, right? Codes 555, 1443. Hazardous weather information available from flight service, which we're not going to get in touch. So basically, they're saying we have decent runways. Let's check down at O'Hare. They're going to do the same thing. VATSIM doesn't. Well, they do sometimes just copy paste. Not realizing that in 90% of that message, none of it applies to flight simming. I am really hoping with the weather updates and all we've gotten that those friction numbers will either be working even better or they're working towards them. I know we have slick conditions and all of that on runways and taxiways. We've had that. Oh, excuse me, day one, but I don't know. All right, we got to get going. We're getting close to departure here. Speaking of that, let me get ACARS up and going. Otherwise, I might forget. That never happens on Flying with Mike. No. Next. Minneapolis, O'Hare. Stot. I said stot. Thank you. Thank all very much. Okay, so what are we doing here with charts besides looking at the ATIS again, which we've already done? We're going to open up the map looking thing, go to taxi, scroll down to parking gate KORDs. Now I believe we're in gate F7. And I believe we can, well, there's a couple of ways to figure this out. Let's go ahead and pin that for now. We're going to do the fun one. One of the there's a couple of really cool features with charts. The ATC feature is awesome. That is cool to see what's around you. ATC and all of that. You can even pull up the ATISs and all of that. Plus you can figure out what the heck departure do I need to do. You can do the same for the arrival. There are a whole lot of things you can add in here. One, you can scroll in like I've been doing. Look at that. Northwest 154 when you come off runway 30 left. Exit at Delta, taxi Sierra, or Delta to Echo to gate Fox, whatever gate we're in. See that? You've got right there with just this program. Throw in Volanta, Elevatex, Sim Toolkit. You have that option there as well to zoom in. And like I said, it definitely looks like, is that F7? It's hard to read on this one. Hang on, I'm going to try Elevatech real quick because we're getting close on time. It is F7. Okay. All right, so F7. All right, so why do we care what gate we're in? Well, let's go to the parking gate chart. Zoom in and let's look for the Fs. F6 through F11. Here's your coordinates for those. Put those in. And what it's going to do. Now, granted, you could just go with what it gives you. But it just helps, one, make it a little more realistic. Two, brings that inertial system closer to where you really are. I mean, granted, say it's the control tower. That's not bad. But if you can get it to within a range of gates like F6 through F11 and 13, that's not bad. And it, again, if you're tied to SimBrief, there you go. A knit request will work. Also, you can do it through the McDo, ATSU, and work through it that way. Oh, no, data. And get it through data. Okay, we'll just hit clear and clear and clear. Now, let's look at our coordinates. Okay, latitude north. 4453. Is that right? Yeah. 53. I like to put it just like that. Why? It makes it so much easier to read. So 44530. Let's go up one, boom, where we're supposed to be. Click the line select key over here next to the longitude. We need to be 9312.9. select it, and there we go. 9312.9 west, 4453.0 north. Perfect. Hit align. When we get to that part, when it goes 2 minutes from now, it will align instead of at the reference point where you're or in that realm between F6, I think it was, and 1113. Okay, and we'll do wind next. Request. Boom. And now we're going to get rid of charts, because I go a little off script here. I go to the weight, well, the fuel prediction page, which is what I call weights. All right, so we're going to verify that our zero fuel weight CG match, as well as our block fuel. I can already see the block fuel does it, and okay, that's not bad. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll keep it there. So diagonal to 8.2 for the CG correction. Block fuel is 12.6. And we got 23 minutes, extra minutes of fuel aboard. I like that. We did this yesterday's flight to Turks and Caicos, and we were negative there for a while. We also had a lot of issues with getting the aircraft set up right, so I'm glad that all finally came together. Came together really nicely. All right, so everything else matches. Cool. Hit F plan. From here, you guys know what to do that fly this plane. All right, let's take a look. Consider this your departure brief as well. Oh, wait. I'm going to go ahead and unselect. We don't need that one. I'll keep us here. I forgot. What runway are we due out on? 30 left. So that's this one to the south of us. Okay, we're pointed at it. And by the way, GPS primary means it's aligned. Okay, we're going out Rochester 1. So let's click the airport. Departure. 30 left. 9,977 feet worth of runway. I think we can deal with that. Rooster 1. No, Rochester. Come on, Mike. Get it right. Get it right. All right, we're going out to Rochester. I don't think we have any transition. And we'll insert. All right. Now, you see it here. I'm going to go ahead and blow it up, and you can watch us what we need to do. What it's saying is, all right, couple of things to be leery of. Jets, not leery, aware of. 7,000 is your top altitude. It doesn't matter what your PDC says. If it says 32, 31,000 in our case, that is not your top altitude. If it says SID follows, how does it come out? Follow SID altitudes or something like that. That's your top altitude. I learned that the hard way too a couple times. Very nice controller, so thank you very much. And like I told him, I know I just screwed up. Yep. Okay, so for assigned headings from 220 to 360, we are going to be probably cross DME 7. At or above 3,500, maintain assigned altitude. If unable, tell ATC. Yeah, and then off to your wherever. Again, technically with ATC on VATSIM, 7,000 is your initial. Unless they give something and then say, you know how the clearances go. And if you're new to it, I'm sorry, I'm going to be very generic here. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so we'll head over to FGT. So basically what they're saying is if we get like basically ATC is going to tell you what to do. Runway heading. 220. That's basically what that was saying down here. For assigned headings from 220 clockwise to 360. They're doing this for traffic. Minneapolis is just a little bit on the busy side, just a wee bit, with Delta in there and I think another couple airlines. But anyway, just a little busy. So just make sure you do that, and then they'll get you going to your route as soon as they can. The SID actually starts at Farmington, FGT, and we'll follow it to Rochester. Again, let me stress, if VATSIM ATC is online, 7,000 is going to be our top, unless they clear us higher. Okay, moving on up. Okay, so we're looking at Phobug, Doctor, KORD, Rochester, Rooster, Zipper. Okay, now what are we talking about here? Let's pull out. Oh, look, there's an airplane in front of us. Go figure at this airport. I think we might be near an airport. What do you think? So there it is, Rochester to Zipper. And then we start the star. Same thing, click the airport, click arrival. Now we get to see what I like about this. Again, let's check VATSIM ATIS because they're going to be what we go by. Visual approach to 8 center. That's what we're looking for. So I can already hear people up. Oh my God, visual. Oh gosh, I gotta fly it. Oh my gosh, I can't auto land. Oh, yes you can. If you're that nervous, yes you can. The Airbus gives you the frequencies to start with. All you got to do is turn LS on constraints on both AP1, AP2, and you're set up for an auto land. You want to have fun in this airplane, and we can't. I don't know if we can or not, but we'll try. We're going to go for 28 center. Let's make sure that's what we're lined up for. Okay. Now, sorry, folks. Oh, there we go. We have an RNAV. Let's take a look at it. And to me, it looks very reminiscent of the ILS. Okay, that's kind of a letdown. Seeing if there's anything else. Nope, just that one. One more look at it. Yeah, it's a GPS. Okay, we'll just fly the ILS from, and I'm going to do it from here. What I just did is, one, you just saw them all go down at the bottom, and two, it just loaded it here on the map. The end of the arrival is Tawny, so we may be coming back in somewhere around here to join the ILS. Okay. And you're not seeing that. Oh, I'm such a but yeah, basically what I did, I just clicked here, I'll just do it. Remove. Okay, so I just clicked approaches available. We checked the RNAV and it's identical. It's not like an RNIB. So we'll just set up for the ILS. Now, if the ILS was out of service, we'd fly the RNAV or fly visual. It tells you that. But I get it. Some of you don't like, don't like touching. Don't touch that stick. Oh, don't. Don't touch that. Don't touch that button. All right. So we're going to fly the ILS to 28, and I'm just going to do it from the final. Now, what did it do? Again, it put it down here at the bottom. You heard me say that. And here, we'll go to Tawny. Probably here or Tawny will turn in. Now, over here, let's complete this. Find 28, 28 center. Oh, I just found it and went by it. Okay, we're coming in star available. These are the stars. We're looking for the fight. Via. I'm going to say no. Transition. It's kind of loading, kind of weird, isn't it? Zipper, I think, is what it's called. Yeah. So we just, till we see zipper. So we're doing the ILS 28 center. We're not doing a via, meaning we're not turning in on one of the initial fixes. On the FlightSim arrival zipper transition. So we start at zipper, fly through all the fixes of the FlightSim, and end up on the ILS 28 center, vectored by good old ATC. Insert. All right, and then we just continue our checks. Click and click. The neat thing is it just starts where you left off, so you don't have to repeat, especially if you're on a super long haul flight. Oh my gosh, you could have to go through a couple pages worth. So there you have it. You're seeing it, Sulu to Giorgio, out to Tani, and then Hazel. Sika and 28 right, or 28 center, sorry. Out to DuPage Airport to hold. Boy, that would be fun. Nice general aviation airport looking up. Why are there 8 aircraft in a holding pattern? Why'd they all go missed? Hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, and then if we, oh, my bad, hang on. I did that. Let me get back to where we were. And if we had to go to our alternate today, that will be Indianapolis. Gives you the start to your flight. All right. The boring part's over. Time to go to work. RadNav. Oh, first off, let's go back to ARC. And I'm going to drop to 20. KMSP is the ILS frequency for 30 left, so in case we have to come back, it's already there. So, and you'll see what we do to make sure. Perf page, that means we're about ready to go. Perf page, go to takeoff performance if you want, or just click the uplink. Remember, we're 5 hours-ish earlier on the weather. I'm going to leave it. Okay, anti-ice, all that looks good. Air conditioning on. Compute. That looks good. So we're going to flex with flaps 165 degrees. Click uplink. This is the other way. Again, this is where things get a little different if you're flying it this way. So you got to kind of go with the punches on this one. All right, let's receive. If we went toga, this is our numbers. Now click flex, and they should match. Looking okay. It didn't bring the wind over. Oh, that's because I didn't put them in. Dang it. Oh well. 139, 139, 142 up 0.6 on the 0.6 on the trim. Insert it. And yes, I'm doing it. I thought I had it up there, but I did not, Mr. Black Box. Again, thank you for this website. Hopefully O'Hare's on it. It is. Okay, 1680, 1680. These are feet when the thrust reduction happens. And we accelerate. So that's pulled back to climb, and we nose over to accelerate. Again, the airplane does this unless you're, you know, you're just like, the airplane does. Oh, oh, Mike. Oh, wrong. I put in the arrival airport, not the departure. Oh, good. There is one for Minneapolis. Oh, 1850 times 2. There we go. In case we lose an engine on 30 left, 2400. Actually, it's 2400 across the board, all runways. Again, we need to get to 2400 feet before we lower the nose and begin our acceleration. One engine. And if on your Airbus flights you're curious, you can go to this site and get these numbers. It's a really good box he gives you. Some of the airports, especially in Europe, he'll give you intersection departures, meters. Just be realizing the man's from Europe. Yeah, we try to get Europe to follow us, and Europe's like, no, you follow us if you want it. So, yeah. So, yeah, we're in feet, they're in meters. Actually, we're one of the few countries still in that. All right, so let's wrap it up here. Okay, we'll put that back where it belongs, finishing the checks here real quick. Okay, go up top, up to the top here. Whoops, that's to the bottom. I said to the top. All right, the strobe lights are in auto. We're on number 2 for the nav logos. Seatbelts will go ahead, turn on now. No smoking was already on. Emergency lights are armed. Landing elevation auto switch right here. As long as it's 12 o'clock high, you're in auto. If not, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Pack flow, we've got it set for high. We got cabin at normal. We'll check temperatures here in a minute. And fuel pumps are coming on. We always forget them. And radio check. All right, we're going to mess it up. Well, we haven't messed it up yet, but we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to our baggage loaders. Yeah, they don't know how to, well, you know, when you don't put a driver in the seat, what do you expect? All right, and they're closing up. They're ready for us, folks. What do you say we get going? Let's make sure ATC is calm. Sure looks it. All right, what is CTAF here? .CTAF KMSP 126.7. That's nice of them to be on at least the same first 3 numbers, and I just adjust the last 3. How nice of them. All right, let's get the better pushback coming. Yay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Hang on, okay, I see what we're doing. Okay.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Beacon on. Gonna go ahead, kill the chocks.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay, without ATC here, I'm taking us up to 31,000. Everything's set. 3 green, gear lever down, 12 o'clock high on the switching switches. We're all set, ready to go. No, we're not. Let's close that main door.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
One last check. ACARS is running. Good deal. Oh, one last. We're going to give it a try. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Atsu. ATIS ID Romeo. Real world, by the way. And for our station, we're X, 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 and X. I haven't really gotten a good read if it works with Piedmont Virtual. It does with American, but again, not every airport. What's going to happen is we get in range, they're going to shoot us a message what gate to park in, and that's where we're going to go. Again, I'm not 100% sure it'll work with Piedmont, but with Virtual American, it usually does, unless the airport just doesn't support it. Brakes off, here we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, we'll go ahead. All right, we're about to get available. We just did. Little ways to go. We're cleared for number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, let's get this plane going. APU, seatbelts, no smoking's on. Ground spoilers to arm. You'll see a white ribbon. Flaps to 1. And we'll head up top one more time and kill the APU. All right, nose, okay. From here, we need to set our pitch trim. Up 06, so pitch.
ToLiss disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, thanks for the pushback. Okay, we're just about ready. We'll need the okay, auto brake on, max brakes, flight controls checked, auto brake, terrain. We'll get that as we taxi. We're ready to go. Let's see how the engines look. Cabin is doing their thing back there. Yeah, Minneapolis traffic northwest 154, taxiing to 30 left from gate Fox 7. And the aircraft passed. We're ready to go. Once we get to the runway. So I hope you've all had a good start to your work week. We're Tuesday now, and hope it's gone well. Hump day tomorrow, over the hump and into the weekend. So hope you've all had a pretty decent couple days. You know, work is always work. So you try your best and hope for the best. And I think we're doing so good so far. First day back for the week. I think I turned early. That's okay. We'll make up for it down here. All right, let's see here. Once we clear the terminal here, get back out on main taxiway, we'll start bringing on radars and what have you. Now we're where we need to be. Radar 2 on. And terrain. All right. Clear, clear. Timer's on. We're ready to go. All right, final checks here. Lapse times, running brakes are set and checked. Flight controls, one more time. They look good. Terrain and auto brakes are on. Takeoff config checked. No warnings. We're cleared and ready to go. And Minneapolis traffic, Northwest 154 will be departing, 30 left. Rochester 1, departure.
Minneapolis traffic, United 2053 is joining the left downwind for runway 30 left. Going to be doing the Iron Yankee runway 30 left from Mauer.
$80 knots. V1 rotating. Posi rate, gear up. Left turn direct Foger or Farmington. Minneapolis traffic, Northwest 154 out of the area. Flaps coming up. Okay, we're on our way. Direct Farmington. I think we might be nearby the airport. There it is. That interstate down there looked awful familiar. I wonder if I've ever driven by it and never knew it. You would think I would, especially back then with all the northwest traffic. But I was all over Minneapolis with the truck, so. All right. So again, for those who are just joining in, we are flying for what's called Piedmont Virtual Airlines. What they are is a historical group of airlines, basically. Yes, the catalyst, the main dog is Piedmont. Not the Piedmont of today. We're talking historical. So we're talking the airlines that helped form U.S. Air. Piedmont being one of them. Allegheny, PSA. Feel like I always forget one. But anyway, they came together and formed what we then knew as U.S. Air. Flying 727, 730s, a lot of older aircraft. It's historical. So the creator then went on and started adding other historical airlines, Northwest being one. Pan Am is part of it. Not the Pan Am you normally see me fly in, but there are occasions I could. And they're not separate. They're all flight scheduled in. So it was quite possible I could have picked from several different airlines, but I chose Northwest. And the other airlines may not be there. But it's an interesting concept. And like I said, we are historical. That's why I'm not 100% certain we'll get a company message en route. If we do, great. If we don't, great. It's still fun. I will park where I think Delta does now, and I'm not 100% sure anymore. Anyone out there who's a Delta pilot, love to know generally where I'm looking to go on the airfield form. So, but I hope y'all enjoy the flight. Just a beautiful day in the neighborhood here to go fly as we head direct Farmington. Now, Thursday, we're also slated for a flight from where we're going to end up O'Hare over to Detroit. And again, we'll be in the Northwest aircraft you see here flying for Piedmont. They've got a lot of nice short flights that make it just so easy to find that that's why I'm doing them. So I hope to see you on Thursday as well. And it's always barring, you know, work and how work went. And who knows, you know, life can throw curveballs at us in a blink of an eye, so you never know. So we will continue our flight and hope y'all enjoy the ride. It's a pretty good one today. And today's verse of the day you see on the screen, you know, many people out there struggle with that first word in the verse, love. What is love? Well, I can tell you this much right now. In the New Testament, Paul gives us an entire chapter in 1 Corinthians of what the definition is. This is but part of it. 13 verse 6. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. Really like that. That is so true. I mean, you could go through the whole chapter, and it's really not many verses in the chapter, but each one definitely is what love is. And I hope y'all, you know, spend some time in there if you're trying to figure out what is love. I know some may be having a very hard time. Others may think they know and all of a sudden realize, oh, wait, it's not that. So, you know, it's really there for us to explore and learn. And, you know, always ask God to help you. He'll open your eyes with wisdom also about love. That's what he is. You know, our main purpose in life here is to love God with all our heart, all our soul, all our mind, all our strength. Our second purpose, to love our neighbor just as ourselves. We are not to delight in evil upon our neighbor, but rejoice, not delight, rejoice in truth. So I hope that finds you well today. All right, we're climbing out to 31,000, getting ready to cross. I like calling it Rooster, but it's actually Rochester. And then we'll be looking for what our descent looks like into Chicago. Chicago, Chicago. That's all I'm going to do. Now, you all out there can fill me in. I am going to veer off the road slightly here. One of those truths I don't like doing, but I am curious. I heard rumors all day long at work today. Is the government back open? More importantly, I don't really care about the government. Are the government workers back to work? Granted, today was a holiday, so it's kind of not a fair question. So, but yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Saw a lot saying yay, and I don't like the source, so that's why I'm like, did it really happen, or are they just blowing smoke up our butts? You have an answer? Hey, love to hear it in the chat or on Discord. If you're on YouTube and know the answer, and by the way, it could very well be, because you'll be getting this a few hours after the flight is over. Let us know in the chat, because like I said, I don't necessarily trust the source that I saw this in. So basically my question is, government workers, do you report to work tomorrow? Because you're not reporting today. It's Veterans Day, a federal holiday. All right, we're 42 miles from Zippa, which is the start of the FlightSim arrival. All right, looks like B-Hawk. Between 21 and 26, we probably will be in O'Hare's hair at that time. I know, bad pun. Let's go ahead and program them in 134.875. Not 100% sure when we cross. Oh, well, yeah. Nope. Zipper will not be in Chicago airspace, but Welch will be. But again, the question for the day: are you government workers here in the U.S. going to work tomorrow, Wednesday? Or are you still furloughed? Or whatever the word is they're using these days. Okay, we're in cruise. Not for long, but we are in cruise. All right, we're about 21 minutes out, folks. I'm going to go ahead, put my guesstimate in there. And it is that time, folks, to get the arrival information in while we can. 57 miles out. I'm shocked it's not screaming at me. What's your landing numbers? O'Hare? All right, METAR wise, let's go over here. Hang on, folks. Landing, reset. Okay, we are, as of 1951, oh, we're an hour behind here. All right, bummer. 220 at 8. Really? Oh, that's right, real world. Oh. Well, we'll put it in for real world, even though, like I told you, temperature 4 degrees. Altimeter 2972. Dry and go medium. Compute looks good. We're gonna eat up about 4,100 feet, 4,130 roughly, and figure out where the heck we get off to get to wherever we gotta go. Okay, over here, let's put it in 29.72. Temperature 4. And 2208. $200, I believe, or is this the one that's elevated? Nope, 200. All right, there you have it, folks. We got our numbers in, and we're ready. Yeah, Chicago Center, Northwest 154 with you, flight level 310.
Northwest 154, Chicago Center, cross flight, out of maintain 11,000, O'Hare, altimeter 2972.
All right, cross fight 1000, Northwest 154. Top of descent. Let's see how that translates out. Where the heck is fight? I forgot. Oh, way up there. Okay. Well, the cool thing is 1,000. So we can set that. Now, the neat thing that what I was trying to allude to is constraints. With each of these step constraints that are within this I'm not going to pull it up for you. Within the star, it will flatten out. Some airplanes won't. So you got to kind of do it for it. And I don't know if the real ones would or not. Hard to say.
November 1 Bravo Bravo, contact Chicago, approach 4.9.0.
19 1 Bravo, and 120 Bravo, good day.
Chicago Center, Southwest 1738. Southwest 1738, Chicago Center, climb maintain for level 250, resume normal speed. Climbing out, flight level 250, Southwest 117.
Well, we haven't gotten a company message yet. I don't think we're...
Chicago Center, American 42, passing 14,000 feet, climbing to 15,000 feet. American 42, Chicago Center, climb maintain, flight level 190, resume normal speed. Climb maintain 190, flight level 190, American 42.
Now, what I was talking about with the constraints, you don't actually have to turn them on. You can keep it with airports. It'll do it automatically. Notice what we're descending to, flight level 210. Then when we cross B-Hawk, it'll say 170. After Stanley, it'll say 13,000, and then after Cosby, I'm not sure who that is. Class B, I don't know. It'll say 11,000. So it's gonna do what you might have to do on your own, which is cool. I really would have loved to have flown that RNAV. That is such now one of my favorite approaches in this plane. So thank you to the real world pilot that walked me through how to do it. Can't remember their Twitch handle. But that is just such a cool tool. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a company message. I think we're a lot closer than 200 miles out. We'll find out. But that's okay. The big thing for me is I remembered. Remember. All right, we're getting ready to go through 25,000.
American 9460, Chicago Center, climb maintain, flight level 340, resume normal speed. Flight level 340, away from normal speed, American 9460.
And I will say these folks got some snow over the weekend and yesterday. And a lot of it. Especially pushing more towards the Ohio Valley and along the lake. So, curious if my family will let us know it snowed. It snowed. Oh, look at all of them trying to paint in. Oh boy. Let's see. I see the yellow flashes out there. Actually, there's really nobody nearby. Huh. Wonder what that's all about. I always wonder what that's about. But I got a feeling at Fight we get to go talk to Approach. And as of right now, I think Approach is all we have into OHA. Uh-oh. Oh, that's why. I was gonna say, did we lose Chicago? Actually, we may have picked up oh, that's Cleveland. Disregard. I thought we picked up another Chicago center. Cleveland. Boy, if you were headed for Midway.
Delta 26-2 and 9,500 for climate 15,000 for Comiskey. Airpod 3, Chicago Center, climb maintain, flight level 370, resume normal speed.
I thought he said Delta. But yeah, if you're going into Midway, you're top to bottom with them.
Airpod 3, climb maintain, flight level 370, resume normal speed. 370, resume normal speed, Delta 26-2.
All right, here we go. And again, the weather conditions, METAR says an hour and 3 minutes old. I don't like that. Let's see what the ATIS says.
Southwest 1738, cross Hossa at a maintain, flight level 190.
Real world, it's 220 at 9, 10 mile visibility, and clear 2973.
American 42, cross Jacks at a maintain 13, 13,000, Indy altimeter 2987.
Cross Jacks at 13,000, and I missed the Indy altimeter, American 42.
The Indy altimeter 2987.
2987, American 42.
Chicago Center, good evening, Airpod 3 coming through 140,000 for 15,000, direct Boogie. Airpod 3, Chicago Center, climb maintain, flight level 370, resume normal speed. Up to flight level 370, maintain normal speed, Airpod 3, good evening. Chicago Center, southwest 3408, about 20 miles east of Spinner VOR, descending through flight level 350 on the Indy arrival. Southwest 3408, Chicago Center, low, descend via the Indy 6 arrival, fly the 2G left transition, the Midway altimeter 2974. 2974, 22 left transition, descend via the Indy 6, Southwest 3408. Northwest 154, contact Chicago approach, 119.0.
Oh. Sorry. Over to Chicago approach 119.0. Have a good day. $119.0. Good evening, Chicago approach Northwest 154 with you, passing 14,000 for 11,000. My bad, sorry guys, wrong channel. Chicago approach Northwest 154 passing 13,200 for 11,000 fight.
Northwest 154, Chicago approach, hello, altimeter 2972, and say approach request.
We prefer 28 center, but we'll go where you need us.
Northwest 154, 28 center works for me, if you expect ILS.
Okay, we'll expect the ILS 28 center for Northwest 154, and you said 2972. I'm showing 73 on the latest status.
Northwest 154, I showed 2972 at the time with 2208.
Okay, we'll go with yours, 2972.
Timber Niner Delta Alpha, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
134.7, Niner Delta Alpha.
All right, there's our slowdown to 250 and 11,000. Then it's motor
United 2218 left turn, or you're
Cocos?
left turn, safe parking.
Bravo 16.
Did I get it? No, I did not. Doggone it. Now I got to guess. Hey, make it hard.
United 2218, Roger, turn left there, next taxi we have a Romeo, then Golf, and sorry, uniform, and you can cross runway 27 left and 4 left.
Romeo, Wolf, runway 7 left.
Echo, we'll go for Echo, how about Echo 15?
134.87, good day. Right there, 4803, I'm so sorry about that. You ready to go? Or ready for your clear?
We're ready, coming for you.
Alright, right there, 4803, you're clear to the St. Louis Landford Airport via radar vectors Romeo, Bravo, Sierra, then the Arch 2 arrival into St. Louis, climb maintain 5,000, expect flight level 280 at the final altitude, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency will be on me, squawk 7236.
Alright, clear to St. Louis Landford, and radar vectors Romeo, Bravo, Sierra, the Arch 2. Climb maintain 5,000, 7.80, 2 minutes after departure, squawk 7236, return for you.
Freaking 4803, read back correct, push and start your discretion, let me know you're ready to taxi. Number 0 Bravo Bravo, contact Midway Tower 135.2. Good day.
135.2, 120, Bravo, good day.
Chicago approach. Good evening. United 2301, Logitech here with Victor IFR 10 North.
I'm sorry, who was that again, call?
Oh, yes, sir. United 2301.
Hey, 2201, Chicago approach, hello. You can expect a PDC here momentarily.
556 is you, turning left heading 140, climbing to level 3000.
Delta 556, Chicago departure, radar contact, climb maintain 15,000, you're clear direct Fluky, resume normal speed.
15,000, clear direct, Delta 556.
Northwest 154 to 17, 7,000.
Yeah, Northwest 154 down to 7,000.
Delta 556, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
134.87, Delta 556.
All right, I'm gonna lessen this up a little bit. There we go. Trying to get to Juniper. What's it called? Juniper? Giorgio. Wow, I was way off. I'm trying to read the screen here. Giorgio at 7,000, and then he'll probably have us come down to 5 or 4,000. But again, thanks for flying with us today, folks. We sure appreciate you. We love having you aboard. And it's been a fun little flight from good old Minneapolis over here to O'Hare. See if we see O'Hare. Well, look what I found.
Potential aircraft, Chicago Center and approach are closing in about 5 minutes.
I found my airport.
Roger, Swap 54, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, Northwest 154. I really didn't catch that they fly them this close to the city. I guess because of Midway. All right, get our landing checks done here. Okay, LS is on, constraints are on, raid nav is on. Speed brakes checked, ready to go. All right, we're ready for turn in to the ILS when he tells us to.
Roger, Swap 54, turn left heading 360.
360 Northwest 154.
Northwest 154, 5 miles from Lima. Turn left, heading 300, maintain 5,000 till established, cleared ILS 22 center approach.
Okay, we're turning to 300, cleared for the ILS 28 center, northwest 154.
Northwest 154, correction, and you are cleared to land runway 28 center. I am going offline, so change to Unicom advisories are approved, and have a good night.
All right. All right, sir. Have a great night. Thanks for the ATC. See ya.
See ya. Potential auto aircraft, you can monitor Unicom frequencies for further ATC assistance, and have a great night.
$27.50. All right, let's start slowing her down. O'Hare traffic, northwest 154, common traffic. Be advised we're approximately 18 miles out on the ILS 28 center. Okay, ground spoilers armed, auto brake set to medium, flaps will go to full here as soon as we get close enough. Gears coming down. I think there's a runway in there somewhere. That's what you want to hear your pilot say. I think it, oh, there it is. I'm looking too close to the airplane. There it is. $10-mile final. Okay, gears down, 3 green, medium on the brake, spoilers armed, runway in sight. Here we come. O'Hare traffic, northwest 154, about a 8-mile final now for 28 center. All right, we are about to make our last call for landing. I haven't heard Brickyard in a while, so I don't know which runway he's on. All right, folks, we are 5 mile final. And O'Hare traffic, Northwest 154, 5 mile final for runway 28 center. All right, my turn to mess it up. Okay, flaps full. Lights on, landing gear down, green. And we're set to land. $220 at 8, my butt. Holy mackerel. Try 233 at 30. That sounds like Chicago.
Above.
Landing.
Minimum.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10.
Whoa. And O'Hare traffic, Northwest 154 off, 28 center to parking. All right, so again, I hope y'all enjoyed the flight. It was fun. That was a lovely O'Hare Scary Carry Air landing. For now, since I don't know, let me see if I can quickly find out. Nope, doesn't say. Was looking to see if Echo was open or if we got to go to Golf. So I'm going to go head on up to Golf. They got a lot of construction going on here, and we'll cross over there. But again, hope you all had a great Tuesday, great start into your week. Tomorrow, Wednesday, hump day. Hump day. All right, we're going to want to go up to Lima? Or Victor. Looks like Victor, since I saw X's on that taxiway. My guess, and it's only a guess, folks, I can't really tell from the images on Google, they're making a de-ice area down here, like they have up at the other end, to help facilitate when they're in west stops, which would make 100% sense, which is odd for the state of Illinois. But real quick recap, I do have a question out there. Is the government workers reporting to work tomorrow? I've heard a rumor the shutdown is over, but I don't trust the source. So I figured from the people that it would affect, they could let me know. Just curious. I mean, I've not worked for the government in quite a while. And when I did, it was a funded contract, so I didn't have to worry about the shutdown. But I know many government workers are being affected, many. So who better to ask than a government worker? Are you to report to work tomorrow?
O'Hare traffic, envoy 3359, 10 mile final, ILS 28 center, O'Hare.
Guess no one wants to fess up what the status is for their tomorrow. I'd ask today if you went to work, but it's a holiday. So we'll take F20. Why? Because it's right here and easier to get into.
O'Hare traffic, envoy 3359, 3 mile final, ILS.
All right, we are in the gates, folks. Just doing a quick shutdown here. Okay, landing lights, engine mode, flaps retracted, terrain radar. I did turn that off, didn't I? Yes, I did. APU is on, brake fans on. And elapsed time 1 hour, call it 1 hour 20 minutes here. And that's a good flight, folks. All right, let's take a look at ACARS real quick. Well, I am. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't. Wait a minute, why not? Hang on, let's give it a shot. Yep, we can't. Okay. I don't know why we can't. That's weird. Okay, cancel. All right, let's see what that did. All right, no worries. We can't see it here. Oh yeah, we can. Looks like one. I don't know what number they took, so hang on. Complete the flight. Let's go look real quick, and then we'll use the other tools at our discretion, at our fingertips. Well, why did I do that? Dang it. Oh, I had a little bit of a heart attack there, folks. I'm like, where'd my flight go? There it is. Oh, and it got accepted. Oh, 189. Wow. So I don't know if they took the second bump or what. Let's just take a look here. Very cool. Yeah, we got all our points. That's all that matters to me, and we did a good job on this one. Good, good, good. All right. Oh, wow. Well, let's see what Elevatech brings to the table. Oh, we didn't do any of that. Forgot about it. Click and click. They're saying F7. Okay, well, we'll take their word for it. We're going to complete. Okay, and let's get the flight up here. Yeah, 2 bounces, right pretty much on the center line. A little long, not much though. 1,000, correct? 15, 2,000. So between 1,500 and 2,000 feet, we were on the ground. Got slow again. Dang it, I was like almost on the ground when I retarded. Wow, that is just unbelievable. 1.5 Gs. All right, well, I've got a feeling Sim Toolkit's gonna rip us to pieces, but we'll find out. So you can see where we are. They call that weird. Weird, weird. However, Thursday, this is where we take off from. All right, and like I promised, Sim Toolkit, the official scorekeeper of Flying with Mike, 188 and 116. Man, why does it slow down so much? The question of the day. Okay, an hour and 22 minutes, 290 on. Wow, what a difference. They called it 374 in SimBrief, and it was 290 here. 2965 on the fuel, and you can see the other numbers. All right, let's take a look at where we actually touched down. Very hard to tell here because of all the rubber, and they got us on 28 left. Of course they do. Which is like, how far away? 3,000 feet away? No. No. Yeah, we'll go with what we guesstimated, between 1,500 and 2,000 feet, and pretty close center line. So that's a good landing in my book. I don't know about you, but I thought that was a really good landing. So anyway, welcome one and all to Chicago. I don't know if that jetway works. Oh, it does. Not bad. As the sun begins to set here. Yeah, it was a fun flight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I sure did. It was a treat. And looking forward to Thursday, going from O'Hare to Detroit. Another shorter flight. So I hope you all enjoyed. And real quick, you know, for those that question what is love, here's one definition. Love does not delight in evil, but love rejoices with the truth. That's a pretty good, you know, the whole chapter, or the whole book of Corinthians, chapter 13 of the book of 1 Corinthians is all about love, what love means. Many people try to define it, but you know, it really, Paul came down with some really good, easy to digest what is love. And in that 6th verse of that chapter, love does not delight in evil. Love rejoices with the truth. So, things to keep in the back of your mind, folks, and just remember, we as mere human beings that God created, we were created for 2 purposes. Love God with all our heart, all our mind, all our strength, all our soul. And secondly, love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Jesus said that, I believe, all of the Gospels, if not 3 of the 4. Again, it's all about love. All about love. So, hey, welcome in, Hawker. Thanks for the message there. Appreciate you. And if we're going to call it a day, folks, thank you so much for being with us. And sorry, Hawker, we'll be in another Airbus on Thursday, but I forget what Friday's flight is. I'll have to go back. Oh, it's the 747, so you'll get your Boeing on Friday. By the way, I don't know if you've heard the question of the day. Are you back? Are government workers back to work on tomorrow? I've heard rumors that it's over, but again, complete rumors, folks. Don't quote me as a news source. Oh, they vote tomorrow. Okay, see, my news source was wrong. You know, trusting the media is sometimes the worst thing in the world. So, well, good luck. I hope to all of you who are in the government sector, things come to an end. And, oh, so, okay, so my source was half right. Got it. Passed the Senate, but it still got to go through the House. Got it. Okay. So my source was half right. Well, okay. So it's par for the course with the media. But glad to hear that. Glad. Now, how long it'll take the airlines to get back in shape after all of the mayhem that caused them, on top of all of the people's lives upended once again. So great news there, folks. Great news. Hopefully tomorrow. I won't be online tomorrow. If I was saying that, I apologize. Thursday I'll be online. All right, y'all have a great night. It's been a pleasure flying for you. We had great coverage from Chicago's center and approach until they had to go. You know, they have lives too. So, you know, what do you expect? So, y'all have a great night. We'll see you Thursday when we take to the skies right where you see us parked for Detroit. God bless.